Let's all watch Frosty the Greaser. We'll have a whole lot of fun here. We'll get our kicks from smoking toothpicks. If you're cruising for a bruising, you won't rack your views in. Those poser tunnel snakes think that they're so damn cool. I think those stupid fakes need to go back to elementary school. Stay cool, don't be a fool. Me, Melissa's a square. He doesn't even scare me. What's buzzing, cousin? Stay greasy, don't be cheesy. Frosty out.
Hi guys, Frosty here, and today I want to talk about my alien friend Bruno, because y'all are having some questions. You're like, elaborate more on this guy, you know. So, to be honest, I'm like 90% sure this guy is an alien, just because of like how far out he is, and for the aliens, you know, they can like disguise themselves as humans, so this could just be some crazy conspiracy theorist, but I'm 90% sure he's an actual alien, because this guy like teleports, he walks through walls, like all sorts of crazy stuff, you know. And yeah, so I'm chilling at my camping spot right here in this spot, and Bruno teleports, you know, and as he's walking by, oh, hey, Bruno, I want to talk to you. I'm asking him a bunch of questions. Oh yeah, what do you think about the crystal skulls? Oh, what about the Greys, the reptilians? I'm just asking him all types of like questions about aliens and stuff. He starts getting mad. He's all like, you need to do your own research. He's like, you're lazy. He's like, you don't want to do your own research, so you just ask people questions instead of asking the internet. I'm like, hey man, like I like to ask people questions to get their different points of view on stuff, you know. Like he was saying I should do it all by myself and like be independent. But what the shrooms were teaching me is the symbiosis, that we can team up with other life forms, teaming up with mushrooms, teaming up with plants, teaming up with gods or whatever, you know. And so yeah, I really do like the idea of working together, but Bruno, this guy is not really in the unity consciousness, because I'm telling him like, oh, what can humans do to improve, since you're always talking about how awful humans are, what can we do to better ourselves? He's like, I don't care about humans. But later in the conversation, the good advice he was giving was, how can humans stop living in fear? By realizing that you can't die. Like this place right here, this body is just a temple for the soul within. And when this body stops living, the soul and the spirit lives on. So, because Bruno see me in my camping spot, he's like, so what are your plans for the future? I'm like, oh, I'm gonna hop on a plane and fly to Florida and camp at a park there. He's like, that's your plans? He's just roasting me. He's like, you gotta have better goals in life than that. I'm all like, yeah, okay, I'm gonna try to get a job, maybe this and that, you know? He's like, man, you're messed up. He starts roasting me. He's like, you know why you're so stupid? He's like, it's because you smoked weed in your teenage years. He said, that permanently made you retarded. He's telling me stuff like that. I'm all like, oh man. Like, when he tells me that, it just motivates me to want to learn more. And I was taking his criticism, like, constructively. You know, I'm trying not to get offended, because this guy is just kind of busting my balls. It's like that one black lady, except this time it's an alien roasting me. So I was reflecting on Bruno's roast. I'm like, yeah, I probably should have better goals in life. And then he asks me, he's like, how are you going to get to Florida? He's like, you don't have any money. I tell him like, oh yeah, I got a lot of people that want to support me, you know, like a fan's going to buy me a plane ticket to help to get me to Florida. He's like, oh, so you're just going to mooch off of people. I'm all like, nah, I don't really see it that way, you know, like, because I was talking to my shaman friend Manu, because I was disagreeing with him at first when he was charging like $300 for a San Pedro trip. But afterwards, we talk about the drugs money idea, like, oh, you can trade drugs for drugs, and like, he's like, that might be a potential way for me to do Manu's ceremonies with the San Pedro. So yeah. So I don't really agree with what Bruno is saying, how I should do it all by myself. You know, I really do like the idea of teaming up. And yeah. And also I was telling him, I'm like, you know, in India, what some of the monks do is they just meditate. And because of the monks' meditation, that blesses the town. And in return, the people of the town to show their gratitude, they feed the monks to help them to continue doing their meditations and spiritual work. And because he was telling me, he's like, what do you want to do for a career? I'm like, oh, I was thinking about doing like spirituality or religion for a career. He just laughs at me. He's like, ha 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 ha. You know, but actually a lot of people end up doing that. Think about pastors, they basically get paid to be spiritual, you know? So I might try to see if I can do something like that. We'll see. I don't know what God's plans for my future are, but my plans is that I go to Florida, you know, and I'm going to do spirituality there and maybe talk to people about Jesus and stuff like that. So we'll see how that goes. Stay cool, don't be a fool. Frosty out.